recently there is lots of gun shooting, those kind
Boston.
of things. What is your opinion? What is the general opinion?
Everybody doesn't like shootings. There's no reason for another human to kill another human. It's unacceptable. However, I grew up in a family where hunting and guns and weapons was normal. It prepped us for how to become a better human, maybe. But my dad taught me how to hunt, how to kill for my own safety, for my own food. We used to go hunting in the summers and in the fall for deer, and we would eat the deer. We wouldn't let it waste away. So I do believe in gun control, but gun control shouldn't be over the limit. Maybe testing more for mental illness, because mental illness is more of the problem than it is just guns. Because you can hand a man a knife and he can do the same thing. He can kill many people. Like in China, there was an incident where a man took a machete knife and killed almost 20 people. Like any person can kill somebody. The gun is just a tool to use to kill. So like limiting, maybe testing for mental illness and maybe age, changing the age, because 16 is a little bit too young. But over too much gun control, like no guns allowed, I think is a bit silly, because even if there's gun control, there's always somebody who goes out and buys guns illegally through a black market and such. So if they really wanted to kill someone, they'll do it anyway.
Somebody might, against your opinion, the gun is more easier. You cannot deny the fact the
Yes.
gun is more easier to kill a lot of people more than knife.
I can't excuse that. Gun is easier, and guns were invented to make it easier to kill something. They're designed for war. Semi-automatic and automatic weapons maybe should be banned. I can't imagine any situation in the U.S. where someone needed an assault rifle. It doesn't make sense. In hunting, it's unfair for the animal. It's also useless for hunting, so there's no reason to have. Unless you're military and your job is to maintain peace, there's no reason. I think in California there's a law coming out that would be for automatic and semi-automatic weapons. You can't own, no matter what age.
Why you need a gun in the first place?
It's been in our history for a long time, and our Constitution has never changed. The Constitution said we had the right to bear arms. In USA, it's dangerous. There's no limits to other guns. Burglary or robbery in your house, or in Texas, there's something called castle rights. So if somebody intrudes on your property, you are allowed to shoot them because it's your property. So I think it just has a history of why we had guns, and it's still a reason of importance to keep our guns. Plus, there's animals. We have bears and coyotes and wolves. So we have to shoot them. For me, I prefer to have gun on me to feel safe. I will never use it on a human ever, but to feel safe, to know that it's there just in case. Because if somebody is holding you against gunpoint, the only option is to get shot, or I don't know another option except getting shot. So to shoot back is the best option. Everybody in USA understands that we're the only country that allows weapons and guns. Sometimes you see somebody carrying a gun in a holster at the store. It just kind of flies over our mind. After the school shooting in Florida, the people of the USA changed it. Not the politics, not the government, not the people running the government, but the people changed it. Like the stores stopped selling semi-automatic and automatic rifles. Sometimes they stopped selling all guns in general. Walmart, they sell guns for hunting purposes, but you can obviously people use them for horrible purposes other than hunting. Walmart changed this. They no longer sell guns to anybody under 21. This is a big thing, because most of the school shootings were because of students, 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds buying guns and shooting their classmates. So I think eventually, like stores like this Walmart challenge the government, and eventually the government will follow along. Because USA was designed for the people to control the government, not for the government to control the people. I think so.
What age you can buy gun?
It's 18, You can buy a gun. However, you can have a gun at 16 with a license, but you cannot buy.
In 16 years old, you are too young to buy a beer. You're too young, old enough to carry a rifle.
Yes.
Currently, yeah.
Yeah. 18-year-old can go to war and have guns in the war, and they can't drink. It blows my mind. It blew my mind when I was 18, and I really wanted to try alcohol for the first time. That's why I moved to France. I could drink underage, legally underage. I do believe that you do have to do testing. You have to do a background check at 16. Many students, but I think they get them illegally too. Or they ask adults to buy them for it. It's like maybe when you're 13, you ask adult to buy you a cigarette for the first time. No matter how much restrictions and rules and how much bans we put on this, there's always a black market, under the table market, where people can buy them. So it's just, the government doesn't know how to fix that yet. So I think once we figure out how to fix that, the US government will fix the gun problem.
I think this is enough for the gun, but